I got a couple guests joining me today. I have Paul Mao from the Ghostlight. I also have a special guest, Lou Emery, who's joining us as well. And that's part of a great kickoff event happening at the Ghostlight. Great to have you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Let's talk about this kickoff event. It's going to feature you, Lou. So tell us a little bit about yourself, because, of course, you have some Southwest Michigan ties.
Yeah, so I actually grew up mostly in St. Joe. I moved there in middle school. You might remember me as Lauren Kunkel. Still am Lauren. Lou Emery is my artist moniker, so I answer to both. But I did grow up there, middle school through high school. And then after I graduated, I went to college to study music at the University of Miami in Florida. Unfortunately, at the same time that I went, my family moved away from St. Joe. Okay. So they moved to Colorado, which was tough at first because you go to college and you want to come home on the holidays and see your friends. I didn't really have a chance to do that. But I actually ended up really falling in love with Colorado. It's very beautiful. So I studied at Miami for 4 years. And then when I graduated, I knew that I wanted to go somewhere that's a music hub. So I was thinking LA or Nashville or New York. And then I just really loved the West. Like I had seen in Colorado, LA is very similar. And so I ended up deciding to go to LA. And I also wanted to be in a place that has not just, singer-songwriters, but also acting and movies and theater and kind of a little bit of everything. So the world is your oyster here, which I love. But I've been here for 3 years, putting out music, playing shows, working a day job to afford to do that. But I really love it out here.
Music has been a real big part of your life, probably at a real young age. What was the real big thing that said, "Oh, I want to be a musician. I love this." Of course, everybody has those dreams and aspirations, but then the skill level is also the thing where you got to put the work in, and you got a little bit of the talent, but then it's like, no, you got to put in the work. So at what age did you really say, I think this is my thing?
Actually, not till really late. And I think I got into music super, super early. So I was, a little toddler, and our neighbor had a grand piano, and I would just go over and try to plink out songs that I knew. So everybody knew from really young that I had a musical ear, and I would be the person in church on Sundays who would sing so loud that people all the way across the church would come up to us afterwards and be like, "Wow, she's really loud." So I always loved music, and I only really started getting into it more officially in middle school, high school. I started taking lessons, started doing theater with Paul. But kind of through that whole time, I still viewed it as a hobby. I think because both my parents are engineers, I never really considered that it could be a real path. And I was really good at mathematics too. So I always thought that I would go into science or math and then just sing on the side. And then I guess the turning point where I really decided it's what I wanted to do was when I started having to apply for colleges, and I really had to think about what specifically do I want to study. The only thing that got me excited was music. So that was kind of the sign to me that I needed to at least try. And I didn't want to give up some of that academic side. So I still started as a double major in math, ended up with a minor in math. But yeah, so I kind of decided right before the college deadline that that's what I wanted to do.
Well, and I think people don't always realize it. I mean, musicians really do, and the really good ones realize that there's a lot of science and math involved in it. And some of the best musicians are probably also really good at math, composers and all that too, because there's a lot of, timing and composing and all of that. There's science and math, and really all of the STEAM parts of that are what makes up a really good musician. So instrument of choice?
Singing.
Right answer.
Outside of that, piano is probably what I'm best at. I picked up guitar a little later in college, but I play both.
So with this kickoff concert and this great event that's going to be happening at the Ghostlight Saturday, March 9th, doors open at 6, what can we expect from you?
So I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything. I, kind of asked Paul, what does he envision for the general outline of the show? And so it's going to be a 2-act show with a small intermission in between. Each of the 2 sets is about 40 minutes or so. And I'm going to be singing, playing some guitar, playing some piano, doing a lot of originals, but also a few covers, a couple throwbacks to some songs that I did in high school that people might remember. And then there's going to be a full band playing along too. So it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a bit of everything. I think whatever you enjoy, there's going to be something for you there. So
now throwbacks for you are different than the throwbacks for me and for Paul. What do you consider a throwback?
So not necessarily a throwback in terms of when the song came out, but throwback to songs that I played for, high school talent shows or stuff that, I remember people really liked when I played in high school. So I want to kind of do a memento to some of the songs that used to get me really passionate and kind of help me start on my career. So, for instance, I will give a little teaser that Hallelujah will be in the set.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And that's probably something cool to revisit some of those songs too and say like, well, I sang these in high school and I probably did them all right, but it's fun to revisit, add some of the style and influence that you've gained over the years to those as well. So add a little extra flavor. That'll be a lot of fun. Who are some of the musicians that will be joining you?
So they're all local. So and they're all super psyched. I actually, speaking of genre, if I can butt in here, sorry.
Yeah.
I asked Wes Schenker, who's going to be playing drums. I said, I know she does a mix of different things. Is there a lot of slower folk stuff? He's like, she's going to be rocking out. So it's they're very, very excited about some of the bigger songs and then to the originals that you rock out to. So they're very psyched. We've got Evan Gillenwater and Jake Seaton on guitar, Ivan Torres on bass, Wes Schenker, as I said, on drums, and Nick Dietrich on keyboard synthesizer. Lou's in LA until early next week, but those guys are psyched and they're coming down here tomorrow to start rehearsing. So they're really excited. That's
really awesome. Looking forward to it. And it being such a fun, small, intimate setting, it'll be fun to you're going to see pretty much every face in the crowd. So I'm sure a lot of family, a lot of friends will be joining you guys for this. So that'll be an extra part of the experience for you as well. Awesome.
Yeah, my parents are actually coming from Colorado to come see it.
Yeah.
And I think I have a couple siblings in Chicago, so I think they're going to try to come as well. So.
Well, if they want to come, they're going to have to get their tickets. So I'm looking forward to this. This is the Ghostlight. It is part of their kickoff event that will feature Lou Emery and some other great musicians as well playing along with her. So that'll be a lot of fun. Paul, give me other details and things that are going to be happening for this.
Yeah, so VIP tickets sold out immediately. So the people that really wanted to be up front and center, so those tickets are sold out. But we still have a limited amount of tickets available at $75 a piece, and it's a fundraising price. It includes basically dinner. It's catered heavy hors d'oeuvres provided by the Brick House, sandwiches, desserts, like huge spreads of food. No one will leave hungry. And a cash bar as well. So we also have some discounted tickets available for our subscribers. So if people have yet to buy their season subscriptions, they can go to ghostlightbh.com, buy their season subscription, and then we'll send them a 20% discount on this ticket. So really excited to kick off the season. We've got a huge, I keep saying robust, but I use it too much, a robust offering this year. And as you know, Jonny, we've gone from a 3-show in the middle of a summer theater to now almost like a 7 or 8 month season. So we're growing pretty fast. We don't want to grow too fast, but this is our kickoff March 9th, and we don't finish until November 3rd this year.
Wow. Well, Lou, really looking forward to seeing you, and I'm sure a lot of other great people are going to enjoy seeing you again and catching up with you before and after the show as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Get your tickets for that. And speaking of tickets, Paul, you mentioned your season. You guys, I know, recently did auditions for a couple of the great shows that are kicking things off. What do we need to know about this season at the Ghostlight?
Well, we need to make sure Jonny Reinhardt auditions for Bright Star. So I've been trying to get you back on stage for how long? But
you know, you have the minutes as well. I considered that one as well. That's
you didn't show up, so I got to do, man. I got to come to you. I'm here today to tell you, get on the boards, brother. We know you got talent.
Make a special appearance or something, maybe.
So we will cast the minutes this week. Very excited. We had auditions. We had an initial audition for Bright Star, but we're having another audition, Jonny, later this month for Bright Star in March. And so that will be June 13th through 23rd. You would have to put up with me. I'm directing that one. But then we're actually having a friend of Lou's, who Lou knows very well. Laurie Lawrence Gist is actually going to be directing and choreographing for the first time at the Ghostlight. She's next door at the Citadel. But she's going to direct and choreograph Pippin, which is going to be our first 3-weekend run in August. And then we'll round out the season again with Rocky Horror, which sold out like crazy before we even opened last fall. So we figured people might want to see it again, or the people that didn't get to see it last year. We're also doing our first ever Young Apprentice theater piece. Jonny, you know, we grew up here, and there's a lot of musical theater, and there's a lot of dance opportunities for kids. But we're trying to do a Young Apprentice training program just specifically for straight theater. So we'll be doing a Young Apprentice play called She Kills Monsters in the middle of July. So there'll be an audition date and a press release for that. And Lindsay Gaspari is going to be directing that. So lots going on. Very, very excited to kick it off with this concert.
Absolutely. And so people can still get season subscriptions and do all that for your upcoming season?
Yeah, they can buy their season subscription, which includes those 4 main stage shows, The Minutes, Bright Star, Pippin, and Rocky Horror, at a discount. If you buy a season subscription, you get a little bit of a discount. Our normal ticket prices are $28, $25, and $20. And I think you save probably 15 or 20% if you buy a subscription to all 4 shows.
Fantastic. GhostlightBH.com is how you can get info on the entire season, as well as that's where you can get your tickets for this kickoff event featuring Lou Emery that's going to happen Saturday, March 9th, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Do you want to mention any wonderful sponsors that made this whole thing possible? You got any of those?
We have Chicago Records Management's one of our season sponsors. We're also going to be partnering again with Bread Bar, who's been very a wonderful partner to us for years. But we're actually going to be launching Bread Bar is actually Bread Plus Bar. If you look at their logo, we're going to be launching with them. This is an exclusive. No one's heard about this. A dinner plus show. So they're actually going to be reserving a few tables at every half hour prior to showtime on our show nights. Tables at 4, tables at 4:30, 5, and 5:30, so people know that they can get reservations prior to our shows. So we're excited about that partnership. And I think if you show your ticket stub from the Ghostlight or a receipt to us, we'll give you a voucher for a free round of drinks. So that's the incentive to get a couple of free drinks for that dinner plus show. So we're excited about Bread Bar, and also On Base Productions is another one of our fantastic sponsors.
Very cool. Definitely want to check out one or all of the shows that are happening at the Ghostlight. And if you are a theater person, you want to get on the boards, as you said, again, and do some of these wonderful performances, you can certainly audition when those come up as well. And you can find it all at ghostlightbh.com. But remember that kickoff event Saturday, March 9th, doors open at 6, featuring Lou Emery, some great musicians, as well as a great time at the Ghostlight. But thank you so much, Lou. Looking forward to having you there. And Paul, as always, thank you so much for telling us about what's going on at the Ghostlight.